Welcome to Tune Into Wellness Today. My name is Lisa Marie Tersini. I am a holistic health counselor, nutrition coach, and the founder of Inspiring Wellness Solutions. Tune Into Wellness Today is a program designed to introduce to you, our listeners, the myriad of health and wellness services available to you in the Capital Region. Today, we have 3 guests that will be speaking about their health and wellness programs. Our first guest is Beth Foster. Beth is a NIA instructor. She's a licensed NIA instructor and has been practicing NIA since 2006. Welcome, Beth. Thank you for being with us on Tune Into Wellness today.
Thank you, Lisa Marie. It's a pleasure to be here.
So great to have you. So, Beth, what is NIA?
NIA actually is a sensory-based program. It's a barefooted program that brings wellness and health to the body. We have 3 different types of movement forms that we work with: martial arts, dance arts, and healing arts, including yoga. We work with 5 sensations as well, so flexibility, agility, mobility, stability, and strength within the body. It's a personalized program, so it really fits the needs for individuals in their own body. They're moving and dancing to the music in their body's natural time and natural way.
That is amazing. Now, you mentioned martial arts. I have a question for you about that. Years ago, I took karate, a form of karate, and in that we had a lot of kicks and punches and katas. Are these the type of movements that you add into this NIA exercise?
Absolutely. The martial arts, we actually touch on 3 different martial arts. We have Taekwondo, Tai Chi, and elements of Aikido. And we do use the precision of kicks and blocks and the swirling motion of Aikido and the breath and the slow-moving movement of Tai Chi.
Oh, that's amazing. Now, what about the healing arts aspects? What healing arts modalities do you bring into this exercise?
We bring in 3 of those as well. There's Alexander technique, so all about the spine, and when we step into the space, we sense the heel of the foot rolling on to the ball of the foot. We have the Moja Feldenkrais, so it's sensing in the body, feeling and noticing certain body parts, and then elements of yoga.
Now, where did this form from? Where did this originally come from, NIA?
NIA was originated and was introduced to the public about 30 years ago, almost 31 years ago. The creators are Debbie Rosas and Carlos Rosas, and they used to teach aerobics back in the day, and they found that a lot of their instructors and students were getting injuries basically from the ankles and the knees. And
the impact of the weight on the ankles and the knees through
absolutely.
aerobics. Okay.
And at that time, it was all about no pain, no gain. So everybody was really jumping and doing a lot of damage to their bodies. And they found there's got to be a much more joyful and pleasurable way to exercise and to feel good in your body. And so they traveled the world, and they found the martial arts, and then they introduced the dance arts and the healing arts, and it just sort of really evolved from there.
Now, if I were to take one of your classes, what could I expect as several benefits that I would achieve from taking your classes?
Yes, the benefits of NIA are wonderful. Well, first of all, it reduces stress in the body, calms your mind, so you feel a nice, serene place. It burns fat and calories. That's what most people are looking for.
Right, exactly, right.
It also will work with your, flexibility. Will introduce more flexibility into the body, mobility and balance, and most importantly, it just makes you feel great and love your body. Be appreciative for your own body.
And I would think that is probably, as you said, the biggest benefit of all, in the sense that we struggle with our body image, particularly women, but men as well. We're not tall enough, thin enough, pretty enough. And so if you can have a modality that helps you to really appreciate and love yourself, and the value to that is just immense. absolutely immense. Now, you teach Nia, you're an instructor, but what about Beth? Is there a unique aspect that you add to your class?
Absolutely. A lot of, my personality comes out. Nia is really my passion. I used to teach kickboxing and step aerobics and all those, hard pounding classes with socks and shoes. And when I was introduced to Nia back in 2005, I just felt, I'm at home. And I've always been a dancer at heart. So really, I just bring an enjoyable, joyful, individualized program to each student in the room. And I show certainly levels of where they can take their practice. And, I'm pretty playful. So we have a lot of laughter, a lot of smiles,
Sounds like
and
a lot
just
of
a lot of fun.
How has Nia enriched your life personally? If you do not mind me asking you a personal question, how has it
Sure.
personally enriched your life?
Well, it's actually allowed me to get so much deeper, a much deeper connection with my physical realm, my emotional realm, my mental realm, and my spiritual realm. So I've really encompassed all four of those realms and just shared that joy, the inner light, so to speak, and I brought it out to...
Oh, that is so beautiful. So can anyone start with Nia? I mean, beginners, or do they have to be trained and have some athletic background and experience first?
Oh no, this Nia is wonderful for any ability type. So you can be a stiff beginner all the way to a trained athlete. It works with special needs groups. I've worked with autistic children. I've worked with different age groups. So I have a number of people well into their 80s that I've, after several classes, I've taught them how to get down on the earth, roll around, get back up. So it really enriches their lives, and it works for anyone.
Thank you, Beth, so much. Thank you for being here today and filling us in on Nia. I had never heard of Nia myself. It's very intriguing and very exciting. If you would like more information on Nia, please contact Beth Foster at The Joy of Nia Movement, www.joyofniamovement.com. Thank you. Thank you, Beth.
Thank you.
Today, our second guest is Richard Zucker. Richard is a lifelong resident and businessman of the Capital Region. He is here today to speak to us and inform us about his product, his company called Green Reveals. Welcome, Richard. Thank you for being with us today.
Well, I'm glad to be here.
Listen, Richard, what is Green Reveals? Can you tell us about that?
Well, Green Reveals, I was introduced to this company that has all kinds of green natural products. I started investigating what's the need for all these green type things. And I've come across one scientist from Sloan Kettering Cancer Research said that more than 50% of the cancers are caused by the products that are in your laundry room, underneath your kitchen sink, bathroom sink, skincare and cosmetics you wear, and things that are in your shower tub area. So I found that there are green, natural ways of becoming healthier.
Now, when you say green, natural, may we surmise that they're toxic-free products then?
Absolutely. No harmful chemicals are involved in any of these products. And actually, there are no child safety caps on any of these products because you don't need them. They're safe for children.
What are the benefits of having your products, Green Reveal products, in our homes and in our environment?
Well, none of our products will pollute the water. None of our products will pollute the soil. And your chances of coming down with cancer, asthma, many of the headaches, a lot of the different diseases that people come up with, you don't find them if you live in a house that uses our products.
I believe I read that Green Reveals products had a significant reduction in Alzheimer's. Could you talk about that a little bit?
Absolutely. There's a big difference between green or cold water omega-3s and warm water omega-3s. The warm water omega-3s have the mercury and the metals in them just like tuna fish does. With the cold water omega-3s, excuse me, they will actually stop the brain from shrinking, and we will reduce the chance of Alzheimer's running in a family by more than 60%, and that is just huge.
That is significant, 60% reduction. That is absolutely significant. What other benefits to the consumer, if I were to start purchasing your product line versus going to the market and picking up something that's off the shelf, commercial product, what are some of the benefits I would receive as a consumer of yours?
Well, because we're a wholesale buying club done online, we don't have the cost of a store. Because of that, we're going to save you 30 to 40% on things that you're already purchasing someplace else just by switching some of your purchasing to our online store.
So apple to apple, ounces to ounce type of product, you're talking 30 to 40%.
Absolutely, 30 to 40% more money in your pocket, and you're healthier and less chance for getting a lot of the different diseases.
And I would think too then, if I no longer need to travel to the market, that I'm going to be saving money in gas cost. I'm going to be saving time from driving back and forth to the market. And so listening to what you have to say, there are health benefits, there are cost benefits, and time benefits.
Absolutely.
Am I missing any? I think we hit all of those benefits.
We've got all of those benefits. Quite a few years ago, we actually teamed up with the cardiologist that discovered the aspirin a day keeps a heart attack away. And he was saying that some people react to aspirin as opposed to respond to aspirin. He wanted all natural ways of doing for the heart what the aspirin does. So we are the only patented natural supplements that will lower blood pressure naturally and lower cholesterol naturally.
That is very significant. Now, as a consumer, how can I be assured that if I were to switch over to Green Reveals, that I'm purchasing a better product than something I might be purchasing off a market shelf?
Well, we've got probably 40 to 50% of our products have got patents on them. So that goes through very stringent testing. As a matter of fact, about 5 years ago, a professor at the University of Iowa started testing vitamins. And he tested the top 25 selling vitamins. Didn't make any difference if it was capsule or pill or liquid or powder. He tested the top 25 selling vitamin companies, and the number 1 and 2 selling vitamin companies have far less than a 10% absorbency rate. Our absorbency rate was the highest, well over 85%. And based on that, our lawyers put in requests for patents, and we were granted all 30 of our patents, saying our vitamins are the absolute best on the market. They're all natural. And we have a definite guarantee. If you don't feel better, more energy, you'll get your money back.
I'm so glad you spoke about that, because just recently I was reading about medical studies that have been done on vitamins, and that they have very little absorption, and that they're really a waste of money to put in, to purchase and to put in your body. It was just like days ago I was reading that. So your company vitamins are very significantly different than what that commercial vitamin is then. And so from what I'm hearing you say, with an 85% absorption rate, that could be very beneficial to someone supplementing their nutrition.
Absolutely. Statistics from the AMA say that only 14% of adults actually eat the required food groups daily, and only 9% of children. So they recommend that 86%.
That's why I do what I do as a nutrition coach. That's right. But for those that are not eating that proper nutrition, and because the numbers are so very small, supplements that actually do work and are absorbed in the body would be very, very beneficial to people.
Absolutely.
So one thing, as a huge pet lover that I am, that I just wanted to touch on, it would seem to me that having a chemical-free home would also benefit people's cats, dogs, and pets, because I know that animals are dying from chemicals in homes when they're licking their paws. You're cleaning your floor with specific substances, and they lick their paws and they have cardiac arrest. And being non-toxic, you're not only benefiting the human population, but the animal population as well.
Absolutely. I mean, I've heard stories of people whose pets have had cancer, and they certainly weren't smoking cigarettes. And this is in houses where nobody smokes. So where'd the dog or cat get cancer?
Right.
It's from those chemicals in those various household products.
Listening to you today and hearing all of the benefits, so many significant benefits, why would someone not choose your products?
We don't advertise, so it's a case of I've got to meet these people.
And educate them.
That's the biggest thing, is educating, because some people are aware of what's going on with the green and with chemicals and things, and some people, it's almost like they've been living under a rock. They don't have a clue, and they won't believe it, that these companies could possibly put these harmful chemicals in products.
The non-belief is a big piece of it for everything from nutrition to fitness to chemicals and GMOs in our foods. I am so appreciative that you've been here today. Thank you for being with us, Richard. So good to have you. If you'd like to reach out to Richard, you can reach him at rich@greenreveals.com. Thank you. Today, our third guest is Andy Keenan. Andy is a Reiki master and intuitive spiritual life coach. Welcome, Andy. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
I love having you. You're such a doll. Andy, what is Reiki?
Reiki, it's a very ancient healing modality that uses energy for the purpose of healing on all levels of body, mind, and spirit. So no pills, no needles. That's always a plus.
Now, what are some of the benefits of Reiki?
Oh boy, long list. One of the first things is relaxation. And that is of the utmost importance because if we're not relaxed, our body can't even do what it naturally can do on its own to heal. So it helps put us in a relaxed state, the body can kick in, do what it does, and then the Reiki comes in and adds to it and does what it does so beautifully.
It's a hard concept, I think, for a lot of people to understand.
Yeah, it was for
What
me.
is energy, right? So it's really, you need to have a Reiki treatment to appreciate how that Reiki will impact your body in a positive way.
Is helpful. It's not necessary, but it is helpful. When I have a new client or somebody who's even considering it or even asking what Reiki is, I like to have time to speak with them first. But sometimes you don't have a chance to do that. It's like, okay, here we are. Let me work on you, and I'll talk to you as we do it.
So tell me, when you say "let me work on you,"
Uh-huh.
what are you doing when you're working on someone?
It's not necessary, but I just seem to automatically just kind of rub my hands together. It's actually Reiki is spiritual, but it's also very scientific, as is spirituality. But we could do a whole nother show on that.
Absolutely.
I just kind of rub my hands together and open up the energy centers that are in my hands and everybody else's hands, and put hands on or over someone or something, an area to be worked on, and it's as simple as that.
Now, you said it's an ancient modality, so
It is.
where did it originate from?
Well, rediscovered around the 1800s by Dr. Usui, who had gone on quite a quest of wanting to know how Jesus in the Bible had done his healings. He was Japanese by descent, but teaching in a Christian school, and one of his students had questioned him, okay, do you believe in the healings of Jesus? How did it work? He couldn't answer, and it drove him crazy. So, long story short, he went on like a 7-year journey trying to rediscover this, and he did, and came up with the ability to understand it, do it, and then teach others how they could do it as well.
Is it Reiki then a non-invasive modality?
Very,
Okay.
very. Again, no pills, no needles. For a treatment, I could work on you right here sitting in this chair. Nothing that would make a person uncomfortable. There's no undressing for a treatment.
You know, as you know, I'm a Reiki master teacher as well.
Yes.
And what I am so very pleased to see over the years, I have been for a very long time, but over the years, you're seeing more of the medical model taking Reiki into it. So physicians, OBGYN offices for prenatal care, surgery centers, pre-surgery, post-surgery. I find that magnificent because the
Yes.
medical world is now recognizing the value of Reiki and how it can help heal, calm, their patients as well. That is just tremendous that we're bringing it into that medical model as well.
It's fantastic. A lot of the medical field, they're actually, with their lab coats on, they're infusing Reiki in with their other treatments. And the other wonderful thing about Reiki is that it works along with everything. If you're on a medical treatment, let's say where you're taking certain medications, if you're taking this one, you can't take that one. Reiki interacts with everything, and it takes whatever treatment you might be using, and it just enhances it. You get that much more out of it. So taking this Eastern form of healing and working with Western healing, it's beautiful. beautiful marriage of the two.
It is a great marriage. Now, tell me about your practice specifically. I mean, we all as individuals tend to have run our practices a little bit different. What could one expect if they were to be treated by Andy Keenan?
Well, hopefully a wonderful time of relaxation. A rest where maybe they haven't rested in that sense for a really long time. And depending on what they come to me for, they leave with an aha, like everything in the body, for example, dis-ease.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we've come to a realization of what's causing their dis-ease. Great, now we can really take off and work with that from there.
Just give me one significant healing that you've been a part of through the Reiki practice, if you could.
Oh my goodness, there's so many. Okay, well, this is probably one of the most wonderful ones. I was honored to be working at a retreat for cancer patients, women. It was a retreat weekend for them, and one of the clients that I was working with was on medications that had her so horribly constipated, and we think that is uncomfortable, but it goes way beyond that.
Yes.
She was about to go in to have it taken care of surgically. That's how serious this was. So I worked with her, and this was unusual treatment because we laughed, we joked, we talked the entire time of the treatment, which is another thing I like about this modality. You don't have to be all quiet and serene. So we laughed, we joked, we talked, and then she disappeared for about half an hour after the treatment, and I was getting ready to leave. I'd hoped to say goodbye. She caught me just as I was leaving and let me know that she wasn't going to be needing the surgery, if you know what I mean. That was profound. I mean, she was within a couple of days of having surgery, and it wasn't necessary.
Absolutely profound.
Energy makes things move.
It does. It does. Through surgeries and emotional and mental traumas, we have blockages in our bodies, and Reiki helps remove those blockages, which helps the healing.
Yes.
Also, you're a spiritual intuitive, and I just want to bring that out very briefly because we need to run in a moment. What is your spiritual intuitive life coaching practice like?
Oh, what is it like? Well, it keeps me busy.
Mm-hmm.
It's wonderful. It's something I think I've done since I was a child, not having any clue what it was, what I was doing. What is it like? It's wonderful for me to be able to help people on a level where maybe they haven't been reached before, they haven't been assisted before. And what it does for them is help them to go underneath what the conscious level is, what they see, the black and white here. We're able together to go deeper in, just like we were discussing earlier with Reiki. What's the cause? What's underlying everything? What's really going on?
To the root of what the issue is, so
Yes.
it can be brought up and healed appropriately, not
Exactly.
medicated or cut out. Absolutely.
Medicating is a Band-Aid. It just
Exactly.
keeps it under the rug. No,
Exactly.
with Reiki, and of course I use Reiki with everything. We pull it up, we work on it, we heal it, we release it and let it go. So the person is free to, they're free.
That's a great way to say it. Annie, it's been a pleasure to have you. So great to see you.
Oh, it's been great to see you.
As
Thank
always.
you so much.
If you'd like to reach out to Andy and learn more about Reiki or her spiritual intuitive life coaching program, you can reach her at Andy@theheartofreiki.com or www.theheartofreiki.com. Well, thank you, listeners, for being with us today. I want to thank all of you for joining us at Tune In to Wellness Today. In December, I will have 3 new guests with us. I will have Donna Williams from Field Goods. I will have Buffy Owens from Conscious Movements, and Dr. Brian Kashkarian. Please join us in December. Thank you, and until then, be well and be happy.